Gillette Stadium.
Reaches for the end zone, and he's got it.
Try another sneak by Josh Allen on 4th down and inches. And the Chiefs going to stop. Mahomes keeps it on an RPO at the 5. Gets a lead block. He goes into the end zone.
Allen looking, fires, and it's complete to Curtis Samuel for the touchdown.
I got to make one more and score one more point than them, and we can do that tonight.
4th down and 5 for the Bills. Facing Josh Allen. He throws it up for grabs, and the pass is incomplete.
It's just so hard to get to the Super Bowl, and I don't take it for granted. To be able to do it again at Arrowhead was special.
The Chiefs win the AFC Championship.
Okay.
Well, what can you say? I mean, it was another classic, but this is not a rivalry at this point. It is a relationship. Patrick Mahomes is 4-0 in the playoffs against Josh Allen. No quarterback in NFL history has ever been 4-0 against any other quarterback in NFL history. And what is most difficult to take about that, if you are a Josh Allen fan, as I unapologetically am, is that he has been spectacular in these losses. What were the stats you were just reading to me?
Playoff history. Teams that have scored 3 touchdowns and gone turnover free, which what the Buffalo Bills did, are 140-19 doing that. Josh has 3 out of those 4 losses 3 out of those 19 losses in the last 4 years. Also scoring 4 touchdowns and 0 turnovers, 59-3. The Bills have 2 of those 3 losses.
So what do we say? I mean, Rex, what is it? We keep sitting here saying, is this going to be the year? And then it isn't. Is this going to be? And then it isn't. Is it ever going to be? And if it is, how is it going to be?
Well, first off, you have a championship quarterback, period. All right, you got that. Check that box. What you don't have is a championship defense. And when you look at it, the last 5 losses, all right, for the Bills, they average giving up at least over 27 points.
Right.
That ain't championship caliber defense. They literally in those 5 games, they're giving up 33.2 points per game. Fix the dang defense. And Kansas City, right? All year, they never scored over 30 points.
Right.
All year.
They didn't have a 2-point conversion.
No, and you give up 32 points. Like, so to me, you got to fix your dang defense. By the way, do we have any idea that in short yardage situations,
Patrick's going to get to
we used to call that, the Brad pass, named after one of my players, Brad Jackson, because we fell for it twice. All right, and then Brad picked it. From that point on, we always defended it. They run the same dang play in short yardage situations 3 different times, and no response from that defense. So we got to fix that defense if you're Buffalo.
D-Wood, what is going to get Josh Allen over this hump if he's ever going to?
I'm just trying not to overcomplicate this thing. At some point, man, you just got to make one more play than the other guy. I mean, we can sit here. I mean, Rex, I agree with you on the defense. The defense got to step up. But guys just got to find a way. Honestly, you got to just make one more play than the other guy. Isn't that what this really comes down to? It really comes down to Kansas City, Patrick Mahomes, the other guys, just find a way. You talked about, Smith-Schuster going. Where has he been all year? But all of a sudden, biggest game, he's finding a way to make plays. Xavier Worthy goes out here, they find a way, make plays. You gotta find a way, whether it's Josh Allen or other guys on the roster, you got to find a way to make plays in the biggest game.
By the way, the Bills traded Kansas City the pick that became Xavier Worthy, which on draft night I said was a mistake. All right, very quickly, let me change the question. How do you come back from this?
I don't know. I don't. How do you pick yourself back up again if you're the Bills and Josh Allen? Because here's the thing. They changed everything this year. They changed the way that they went about trying to play the game. The defense became takeaway-centric, and they led the NFL in takeaways. The offense became efficiency-centric, and we want to control the ball, and we're going to go almost run first with James Cook, and they dominated the line of scrimmage. And, Josh, we just need to value the ball and not give it away. And they barely had 9 turnovers this year, something like that, 9 giveaways. They changed the way that they played for this game, for this moment, and it wasn't enough. I don't know. I don't know how much longer and how many more times you can just pull yourself up and say, let's go swing again.
Well, isn't this the perfect city to learn to pull yourself up?
Yeah.
I mean, this isn't the first time the Buffalo Bills have been through championship misery. Jim Kelly, one of the best quarterbacks that's ever played, Thurman Thomas, Andre Reed, they all went through the same thing. I think look at this. Was this
Where it
Norwood?
began.
Right.
Yes, the
Scott
Norwood,
Norwood, correct.
Right.
I'll remind everyone who doesn't know, they went to 4 consecutive Super Bowls and lost all 4.
And you know, there was a documentary, and they were talking about, I think it was Dallas, and when they were up, and they said at halftime we knew we had given everything, and you keep coming back, and you go back over and over again, and it doesn't happen for you, but you pick yourself up because it's your damn job.
Right.
Because Josh Allen is a dog, and because if you're in that locker room and you're looking at Josh Allen and you've watched the way he played, and you've watched the passion he's played with, you've watched the times he's overcome the X's and O's, you believe in that dude.
You think mentally you can
He has to come back. Right, so Josh Allen has to walk back into the building the next year and say, I'm back to do it again. And I believe that with you, Keon Coleman, I believe that with you, James Cook, and then with all the people around us, Deion Dawkins, that we can do that. But we got to believe it from day one. And it's not about, I feel like when you watch the Buffalo Bills, when you watch the Baltimore Ravens, they're playing every game throughout the season to convince themselves that they can beat this team at the end, right? It's like, oh, look at us right now. Lamar threw 5 touchdowns this week. We can
run it. We can run it when we want to.
Oh, Josh not turning the ball over. James Cook's running the football. We turning over. This is it. No, you got to believe that when you walk in here, you can win. And period, point blank, they were up. They were up 22-21.
Right.
They go down, the Kansas City Chiefs go down and they score. They get 2. Josh comes right back and fires. You get a sack, right? Caliendo's picked up off the ground. Phillips gets the sack. You make him kick the field goal. This is it.
It's the moment.
I'm sitting in my house, and after the big run on 2nd and 11 to get the first down, I said, this is it.
Yep.
Josh is finally going to do it.
Yep.
Everything, the table is set for him to knock away all the doubters, all the naysayers, erase the rest of history
defining
right
drive.
now. And you throw one and you airmail the dig. Then it gets tipped. And then they rush to get Amari on the ground. Now it's about making one play. And I get it. He faded away and he threw the ball. Kincaid could have caught it, but he didn't.
I don't think that's unfair.
Guys, if I'm Sean McDermott, I'm not talking about a broad picture. I'm looking at every single person and saying, you got to get that much better. Ryan Clark, you got to get that much better. Orlovsky, that much better. Greeny, D. Wood, I'm going to get that much better. Every single one of us. You get that much better, you'll win. That's what you got to do. You can't sit back and say, oh, we got to do it, we got to change. No. Every single person get a tiny bit better. That's how you
But you know what this reminds me of? Dan Campbell saying after the NFC Championship last year, we may never get back again. And the entire season, it seemed like they were on a collision course with the Philadelphia Eagles, and they lost to Washington. It is very hard to keep getting back to this spot.
We did this whole thing yesterday on Countdown about a poem that Marv Levy would read to his players after they would lose. I'll read it to you as we continue in a moment because it could not possibly apply more than it applies right now.
Bringing it out of his end zone, Isaiah. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football.
That's what it is, baby. That's
and
what
he
it
will
is.
score. Touchdown, Washington. John Bates. Excellent work there to get in on the touchdown run. And Washington has tied the ball game with the extra point still to come. Now it's Hopkins to add the extra point. And with that, his guys take the lead here by a point. And they'll try again, 2nd and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. He's taken down. This will be a Brown sack.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you're doing a big way, and what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
3rd and long, it's Smith escaping the pressure right. Slings this deep. This is caught inside the 15. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Capitol and FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. They love their football in this part of the country, and this crowd is ready to go as their guys will match up with the Buffalo Bills. two teams more than ready to get this one started. And we are underway from FedEx Field. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
A pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
And a productive gain out to the 14 after starting at the 7. It's a gain of 7. 7 yards the pick up there. 3 yards remain for 2nd down. Fitzpatrick now. Slings this deep from McLaurin. It got his man complete. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too.
And from where we sit, if you had told me that that ball was somehow going to get from point A to point B, I would have told you no way. I mean, that was an absolute cannon shot. And he still dropped it right on the money, too.
And that ball traveling 68 yards in the air, according to Next